But yeah, man. What else is going on in the world, man? What else is going on in the world? What else did we want to talk about?
Yeah, do you know what? So was having a conversation about card, because card games and like I can't remember what they call them, like not the trading cards, but the little cards you get where you battle people, and they're quite, you get like the games where it's quite tactical and you're quite immersed, and not like your old school board games, but
What do you mean?
it's quite a thing, isn't it? Like oh, what are they called?
I think I know what you mean a bit, like where if like, but not like Pokemons. I don't mean them, but you know, like where the
But yeah,
scoring,
that
like if someone's got a higher thing or
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
You mean like that?
Like that,
Okay.
those kind of things. So anyway, it came up in context at work, and it was making me think about how like much games are developed, but also it was making me think about um board games when we used to play. Because I feel like it was a bigger thing. Like not everybody had a console, or nowadays everyone's got a console in their room or two or three in the yard. And it was making me think about the board games that I used to like playing. So I was gonna ask you, off the top of your heads, not your favorite, but some of the ones that you enjoyed playing, if any, because you might turn around and say I hate them all. It caused too much
No, they used to
arguments.
cause arguments, but only because I used to like dash like the Monopoly board over if I was losing or something. But no, Monopoly and Scrabble were definitely the big hitters at Christmas. Um, we had like Cluedo as well. I loved Cluedo. Um, I remember we had Blockbusters, but it was mad hard. And
Yeah, I had that
I
as well.
swear, I'm sure it was Blockbusters, and then I think we had to downgrade to the Blockbusters Junior because these times I think I was only like, I think I was young, man. I must have been 7 or 8, man. So them mad questions I were asking in this the Bob Holness one, the Blockbusters there, that was tough, man. But no, I used to love board games, man. Back in the day, like I think you're right though. I think now everyone's got iPads and flipping computers here, there, and everywhere. So no one really. I don't know actually. Christmas, I see a lot of people on Instagram or whatever. They always have their traditional Monopoly day or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But I think even sometimes, maybe because I'm older now, but I used to always play throughout the year. Like sometimes you just pull out Monopoly and play like on a Saturday night. Do you know what I mean? But I'm trying to think of another one, man. I had like the usual things like Jenga, Kaplunk, but I don't really call them board games. Do you know what I'm saying? They're more like
Kaplunk.
Kaplunk, man.
Yeah, yeah, I know the
Yeah,
marbles
man.
in it and the
You know, it used to piss me
straws.
off though. It used to take bare long to set up. Do you remember? You used to have to put the little things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'd put all the straws in,
Yeah.
you get them in
And
the
then you
right
just put
holes,
the,
and then put
but
the
the
marbles.
game wouldn't take that long because you're just pulling out the straws.
Maybe the way you played it,
I'm sure that's
because
how you play it. No, that's what you do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But the way I remember the way that my mum used to play it, she used to do certain things. Because I think couldn't you rotate the sphere, or whatever it was? Mum would be there
Nah,
like having a
your
look
mum was
and
cheating
thinking.
about rotating. What are you talking about? Because you think about it, if you rotate it, the marbles drop in it.
No, she'd like turn the thing, the thing on the top. Oh, you no, you have to because when the marbles fall, there's the little door in it, the little hole that they come out. So I think you did have to turn it
Yeah, no,
so
you
that you
might be
knew
right.
whose
Actually, you
ones.
might be right.
But no, she'd be like looking. Then we get mad competitive because she'd be like, "Oh, if you touch the straw, you got to pull the straw."
Yeah, yeah.
So like we pulling it, and then you pull it, and you see like one little marble drop. So they're thinking, "Oh, how can I damage limitations?" And you pull it, and yeah,
Yeah,
it'd
man.
be a mess.
Kaplunk was the one for me, man.
Yeah.
But no, Monopoly's always going to be. I think even like, I can't wait to start playing that with like my kids. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they're still on like Hungry Hippos and um
The
the
noisy ones, in it.
operations.
Guess
Yeah,
who?
the
And yeah.
operations Buckaroo. They've got that. Connect Four. They've got that. So I'm still,
Oh, Connect Four
yeah, I
sick.
still
Yeah.
like. I still want to get them, especially like my son. I want to get him involved into all of them things because, do you know what I mean? Like, more so like the reason I want him to play Connect Four, if I'm honest, is because I want him to play chess. I want him to actually play chess. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And I thought, let me just start him off with something easy where you got to think a little bit. Because as much as people don't think you do, you have to think about Connect Four. You can't just dash the thing down and hope for the best. You got to be strategic, innit? Yeah, I know where to start off in Connect Four, man. But now what about you? What's your kind of like history of board gaming, man? Where do you rank certain things?
Yeah, I had a lot of the junior ones. I had junior Scrabble, which was good. When spelling like cat and pot, all them thing-
Uh,
all them loser words that would get you nowhere in the real Scrabble.
I was getting 4 words, but
Um,
you've been sat there thinking about it for like 20 minutes, yeah, and you come out with like 3 points. Pissed off.
yeah, that was calm. Do you know what's a banging game? So most people know it as Ludo, but frustration, that version. Do you know the one where you
Yeah,
push the
yeah,
thing in the
yeah.
middle and it pops the
Is that where you
dice?
gotta go it round and you gotta go up? Is
Ah,
that one where you gotta go round and you go up?
no, no, you go around like Ludo. So you go around the
But then,
board and then, oh yeah,
then
yeah, and then
you
home.
go
Yeah,
up the
yeah, yeah.
middle,
So I know what you mean.
and then
Yeah.
you've got like 5 little things, but you gotta get them all round and then up, haven't you? I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that
yeah,
that one?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that one. But the thing what I realized with my mum, because my mum was sick, yeah. Like obviously I love my mum in it, and
Man,
but
put the
she'd make all
disclaimer
the
in there
games.
first, didn't
No, no, I had to. She'd make all the games competitive, yeah. So like in frustration, we'd have a thing where if you had more than one person out, if you had two pieces in the same thing, it would block, but it only blocked the opposition players. So it'd be mad where she'd have all of them out and she'd have two in the same spot. And that you wouldn't be able to get through and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
couldn't kill the thing. And then she'd be there like making fun of you. So obviously you do it back. So yeah, and obviously it's funny because anyone I talk to, they're like, "Oh, you're so competitive," and I'm like, "Am I? Like I'm not really."
Nah,
But then I
you are,
remember
man.
them board games. So to frustration, your Hungry Hippos was sick. We had a game called Did you have Perfection?
I think so.
It's the one where you have a timer of like maybe a minute, and you've got to put all the shapes properly into. So you have like about 20 shapes, and you've got to put them all into this like box with
Nah, I
all
never
the
had that. I've
shapes.
heard of it though, but I didn't
And
have it.
then yes, listen, cause it's stressful. So you're putting them in, but you're conscious that you've got a certain amount of time to put the shapes in, and you're doing it, and some shapes are a bit similar. And if you don't do it in the time, it pops up, and it
Oh
sh- it,
nah,
it, it,
nah.
sh- it like shits all the pieces
No,
out.
I never had that. My mum would have. I know my mum would never have brought me that, so I know I definitely didn't have that. Just the way you just described that. If I said that to my mum, she'd have gone, "No, you're not having
Yeah,
that. What are you talking about? You're
yeah,
not
that
mashing up
was
my house.
stress.
Not mashing up that
That was
house with the
stress.
ting. No, you're not having that."
See that one, but yeah, Monopoly was good. What I found with Monopoly is it was a game where you could not talk to someone for days
Yeah, that's what I'm.
because
That's why.
of how that
Did
game.
you not hear what I said when we started the conversation? I said I used
Yeah,
to
for
kick the mat. Yeah,
to kick
the
off.
hotels, the little houses just go flying because like that was when you just said then about being competitive. That was the game for me. Like I had to win that game. I had to be on top. I still do now. If I know I'm losing, we ain't stopping the game until we can't because I'm winning. But yeah, Monopoly was the one. Um, I feel like there's a board game that we're proper missing here that people are gonna go, right, you might never play that, but I can't remember. But Monopoly for me was because everyone goes for Mayfair Park Lane, innit?
Yeah, like donuts.
I mean, you do it if you want, but you gotta have the money to invest. Is otherwise it's pointless. Because if you just go for that and then you build it up, and I got a question for you in a minute actually about Monopoly, because this caused an argument one year here when I moved to Liverpool. But yeah, the key thing is not always to buy Mayfair and Park Lane, but to buy the greens, so Bond Street, Regent Street, and Oxford Road, then the yellows and the reds. They're probably more profitable than man's giving away the secrets, the Monopoly secrets. But
No, it's just go on YouTube. You'll find them in it. It's
oh,
calm.
they on there. I don't need that. But you hear what I'm saying, don't it? If you get them and then
Yeah.
maybe add like an Old Kent Road and I can't remember what the other brown one is. Is it?
Well, hold up. Didn't you have a Birmingham one?
Yeah, but I never got that. I can't. Nah, I
Yeah.
never got it. We were gonna get it one year, but I just like the old school one. I've just always Even
Yeah.
I think someone brought me a Chelsea edition. I was like, I can't play this. It's not. I want mate.
Oh, with players
Yeah, I think I didn't
like
even open it
legends.
because I'll be honest, I
Yeah.
didn't even open it. I don't hope whoever brought me that, it's there. I've still got it.
Memorabilia.
Yeah, it's literally. I'm not. I'm playing. I need the traditional, proper one with all the stuff and everything else. Even because there's one where you can get like a card reader. Like the more modern day version's got like a card
Yeah,
reader.
yeah, I've seen
Fuck,
that one.
nah, man. I want the
Nah,
old.
nah,
I
nah,
want
nah. I
paper.
wanna, I wanna, I wanna
I
be
want
making
cash
it
money.
rain.
Yeah, I want the
Yeah,
cash money, man. But this is why I got to ask questions when they come in my head because it's gone. But it's gone. This remember I said last week I got to ask you a question because I'm
you were asking at the
yeah
time.
yeah. But yeah, come back to me.
No, no, it's true. It's true what you're saying though, because I think what I used to do, because my mom maybe like we started playing when I'm young, and then I used to play with this. This is how I got ahead of my time, yeah. But why I just hated losing because I'd always be playing with people that were older. So obviously,
Yeah yeah. Same.
like, yeah, do you know what I mean? So I used to play with, yeah, like one of the boys I used to play. So maybe I would be about 10, but he'd be about 13, 14. So obviously at that age, your mind is a bit more set. So I'd go out and yeah, I'd be buying like Old Kent Road and Angel Islington and Euston Road and Pentonville, all them reds and blues. But obviously I'd have no P. And then a brethren would buy like all the oranges and the reds and the
Yeah
greens
yeah.
and the yellows. I'd be finished. Used to call it used to call, used to call it Creek Street. He'd come down and we'll say, listen, you're gonna come down to Dawson's Creek, yeah, pay me my money. Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he used to finish me. But then I learned it's the train stations, isn't it? That's where it's at. You get
Nah,
all
the
the
train
train
stations.
stations. Yeah, trust me.
Nah, nah,
Especially
nah,
when
nah,
there's more
nah,
than
nah,
two
nah,
people
nah, nah,
playing.
nah,
It's the train
nah,
stations.
nah, man.
They get you to pee.
Nah, man.
You don't think?
Nah, man. How does that work?
Because if you can get all the train stations, I think it's in the traditional one. It's about I think it's 250 a pop or 200,
So,
but people always land on them because there's one obviously on every street.
nah, man. Yeah, but then they get nah, man. You need the green, the red, and the yellow, and that's it. And then
You gotta get all. Oh, actually, no, go on, go on,
and
go
then I
on.
was gonna
I've
say,
got a
and
question, but
you
I'll remember it.
you do need to get another one on the other side of the board. So you need like either the Angel Islington, that kind of the blues, or the bow, the orange, one of the orange, or Pall Mall. Sorry, they're good as well. Pall Mall,
So,
and what's the other one? The pink one.
like
Something
Northumberland and
Northumberland Avenue, and then you got. Isn't there three of them?
White. Is it Whitechapel?
I thought
No,
that was
not
a blue one.
Whitechapel.
You might be right, actually. You might be
I
right.
can't.
Yeah,
No, I
but
can't. I can't remember. I can't remember.
we probably
But no,
go. Sorry, because I'm gonna let you forget your question. Go on.
no, no, no. I've got another question that's come. But no, go for it.
I
Go
was
for it.
gonna say, we probably played Monopoly one Christmas together already. When we were kids, and we just probably don't really remember too tough. There would have been a time.
That's really trauma, isn't it?
Yeah, there would have been a time at some point if we weren't playing, we were witnessing some Monopoly history going down somewhere at some point because that thing was. Whenever someone visited, that was normally the thing that would come out at some point.
Yeah,
Do you get me?
you'd have to, and then you'd have it when you're playing until like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know
I'm.
what? Like, bare people are getting tired. One person wants to go to bed, but everyone else is like, no, no, I'm gonna get you back. I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
yeah.
you back for that hotel and all of that.
I'm gonna write my question
But
down because I've just remembered it. But go on.
remember that. So I was gonna ask if you do the free parking thing because I know I played with some people that don't really like it. So like all the money from, I think it's all the money from the taxes, all the chance and community chest cards, like any bills you have to pay, like to the bank, just put it in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you land on free pot, because I know some people they just play it where it just means that you get the little cards, and then if you, oh no, is that the new one? No, I think you get the card, and then if you land on someone's property, you don't have to pay.
Huh?
But they never used to do it with the extra money. You don't know that one.
You see, this is why I just wrote this down. No, 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 no. Let me hold on. Let me just because this is why I wrote my question down. So you're saying so I need to get the board up. Let me get the board up because I can't. I'm saying that like I haven't got Monopoly literally sat across the room from me, like it's literally in the same room. But um,
Yeah, so at the end of the oranges, next to I think it's Vine Street and before Strand, you got that the little thing in the corner. Jail, one's go to jail, one's go, and then the other one is free parking with a little car.
hold on a second. Where's the little car? Ah, okay, yeah.
It's
So
top right corner, yeah, that
so
thing.
what we used to do is, say for instance, um, I think you just explained this actually, but say you get a community chest and you got to pay such and such, and the money has to go in the middle. Sorry, yeah. So when you hit on that free
Yeah.
parking, you take all the money out the middle. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you do that. So we did that
So what was the
as
card you're
well.
on about? What card stops you from doing that?
So I can't remember if it's in a
That must
newer
be the new
one
version,
or
because
the original one.
I would have kicked the board flying if I see someone not take the money. Like, so hold on, what does a card do? That's what I'm confused about. So the card,
Yeah, so what it means is if you go on free parking,
Mm.
the next time you land on someone else's property, you don't have to pay. But only once, and only one person can have the free parking card at a time. So if you land on free parking and you've got the card but you ain't used it, and then someone else lands on it,
Is there a free parking card
you,
though?
that's what I can't remember, but I
Nah,
feel like
man,
there
not in
is.
my pack. There's not 100%. There's not, because now that's why I got thrown off. So on that free parking, but
Maybe,
now you've just said that, that actually makes sense about the free parking.
yeah.
But I just assumed the
But I
free
think that's
parking
originally what it
square.
was for.
So that square free parking for me is just to park
Yeah.
there for free. So do you get what I'm
Mm.
saying? That's how we used to
Oh,
play. We used to
yeah,
just,
yeah. I never
but then
thought
when you
about that.
land on there, you used to take the money out the middle.
Let's get the peas. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So I
for the
get that.
lottery.
But the card thing, I've never. That must be the newer version, because if,
Yeah, maybe it is.
but it makes sense. It makes sense as well, like what you're saying. If it's, do you know what I'm saying? But what I was gonna ask you is, because there's some people that don't. So I can't remember it now, like how it works up here. But in Liverpool, like, and obviously I'm not saying just Liverpool. So you know, try shoot man down. But disclaimers and that tonight. Disclaimers. But I'm sure like the way that, so you know when you buy like the property, so
Mm.
say you land on Park Lane, you want to buy it. Do you have to go around once and then you can buy a house, or do you just say I'm buying Park Lane and I want to buy a house straight away?
This is how arguments start. Are
This
you
is what
talking
I'm saying.
about? Are you talking about when you have everybody has to go around the board once before you can buy it, or you buy it but then you can't put a house on it? You have to go around again,
That
and
one.
then you can. The second one.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never played it like that. Specific. I've played bare weird versions, but not. And that is a weird way to play it. But yeah,
You
I
see
I,
what I'm
ain't- I ain't
saying,
never
innit?
done that before. Yeah,
So you
is that
got,
is that what's going on in your household?
yeah.
Yeah.
Honest, listen, it nearly stopped the whole game. Do you know, like, because I'm sitting there thinking, but I've already been round once. I've already been round the whole board once. So as soon as I've done that, I don't have to go around again to then buy a house that I'm already buying the land on. I've brought the land, so I'm putting a house on it. No, no, you can't do that. You gotta go around
So,
again.
I've got a question about that, and then I've got something that follows on from that, from all the versions I played. When that happened, was that expressed to you at the beginning of the game, or was it at the point where you're about to
I'm gonna say
go?
something
That's what caused the
mad.
arguments.
I'm gonna say something mad as well. I was playing with a woman, right? And they love to move
Oh,
the goals. They love to move the goalposts. I'm sorry. They love to move the goalposts. I'm telling you.
I don't get involved. I ain't get
They
involved.
love to move the goalposts, yeah. And then do you know what the worst thing is? You play them the next time and they go, oh no, they're not the rules. And you're like, but they were the rules last time. So I don't know. But if I'm being honest, I think it does make sense around the free parking thing. And I think there's another thing about hotels as well. I can't remember. We've had bare arguments about Monopoly, like to the point where I don't think we even played it this year. I don't think we even got it out this year, because it's just,
Just left it.
yeah, it was just, Scrabble's a nice one when you're like my age now. I mean, yeah, and even then, even then we argue. I can't remember why.
Contentious.
Yeah, we have to get the rules out. But that's one thing now as well, especially with Monopoly as well. I always have to be the banker in it, and that causes arguments as well. Then, but I like to be
Why
the
you
banker.
thief the money?
No, 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 no. I mean, I used to back in the day. I'm
That's
not
it.
gonna lie.
That's it. That's it. Oh, just found the 500. Yeah,
Nah,
it was under the boards.
do you know? Do you know what I used to do? I used to when I was giving myself like the 200 for going round, that's like double 100, and then I take three.
Are you a bad guy?
I used to take three in it. So then, and then I think my mum used to cotton
Oh
on
my
because
god.
by the time like we weren't even playing that long, and there'd be no hundreds left because I'd take all the hundreds because obviously there's three of us playing, and then I'd always like give everyone their two, and then I'd take one,
Let's
two,
give it from the bank.
and then
Oh my god.
I'd make sure I always grab two. Can't take three, just two. So you take £300
Just two.
every time, and it always works. And I always used to win, but then I stopped doing that because obviously when I moved up here, I was in the banker all the time, but I still won. But you have to do these things sometimes. You have to do that. But do you know what I was going to ask you as well?
No. Wait. Before you ask me, just a quick one on that. So my sister is the you in obviously our part of the family. Yeah. So she's the worst one. So she'll always try to be the banker, and we always catch her out. Because whenever, I need to go get a drink or go toilet, she'll stand up. There's like bare 500s under her foot. Or as a card, where's that 100 dropping out from? That's her. Like the maddest things. And then she'll try to say that it's always there. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
bait that she took the money, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. So what was your
I was
question?
going to ask you because another thing that causes arguments is cards, like card games. So like blackjack, gin rummy. Do you know how to play all them?
I haven't played gin rummy for years, but blackjack, the there's two things that's always contentious. The first one, when I'm playing, usually people I ain't played before or friends, is all the rules.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's funny, the thing is, yeah, I played so much blackjack from so young. I can tell how good someone is by the way that they start talking about the rules. So when they say like, yeah, jacks on twos, queens a slut, like, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, like I can see that you've maneuvered in it. But that's always the issue. That, and also I start getting arrogant as well when I win. So I start doing things like, if you finish on an ace, I just put a card next to the deck and I just get someone else to put it on. I'm just rude.
them
I'm
Las
rude.
Vegas moves.
Yeah. I just tap the card. I'll just like stick it to my forehead and flick it off. I don't rap.
Oh yeah, Man City's winning. We needed that, but
But yeah, what about you? What's your blackjack history?
do you know what? It's a weird one because I think again, like the rules are slightly different up north. I think Southerners know how to play it properly, and then you come up north, and then things are just different. But yeah, I think it's one of them that I went through a phase of playing blackjack a lot, and then I stopped playing, and then I forgot. So even now, I'm thinking, am I getting the two mixed up actually? So is that one where you put down at 8? No, that's not blackjack. I'm talking about rummy. I'm talking about
It's
rummy.
all right, rummy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But blackjack's the one with
The two
blackjack pick up
cards.
5, twos pick up 2. You start with 7 cards, and you're just trying to get rid of your cards as quick as possible.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that causes arguments. Same thing. Better off just sticking to pairs. Just playing pairs or something. Snap. Play snap.
I said
Pairs and snap, man. Pairs and snap.
Yeah, snap's a good one actually. Particularly if it's quite active, and it's often recommended for depression because it's it's very simple, but also you're having to concentrate and the
Yeah, yeah.
movement and everything as well. But no, I like snap, particularly if someone's annoyed me when I play card games. Box off their hand, cause snap.
I used to do
Sorry, I
that.
missed it.
No, I used to do that. I used to make sure that let them know in it. Can't take man for.
100. Make them know you're around. Make
Yeah,
them think
yeah, you
twice.
can't ramp around here, man. But yeah, no, I do. Do you know what? I think more so because I'm always busy at the weekends now, innit, or with the kids and that. So, but yeah, like every now and again we'll pull out like Scrabble, pour a little glass of red, sophisticated Scrabble now. Do you know what I mean? And just enjoy that. But and I think with things like Monopoly or that frustration game, did you ever have Pictionary actually? Sorry, just going. Do you ever have Pictionary?
I can't even really talk about picture now because I can't draw in it. Like my draw, like
Ah, but that's the
there's
whole
people
point,
that
though.
can't draw. Nah, but then there's me.
Man said, "Then there's me."
I'm in a stratosphere. Yeah, yeah. It's like you got teams that get relegated from the Prem, and then you've got Derby having the worst season ever. I'm the
Listen,
Derby. Like
we ain't
it's a
talking no
car crash.
relegation talk tonight, please. Let's lay off the football. Yeah, I know what you're
Hey,
trying
I
to
didn't.
do.
I
I
said
know.
Derby. I said
I
Derby.
know what you're trying to do, man.
No,
It's
no,
not
but
happening.
yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's mad, and it's hard because I'm just in a team and I'm trying to draw things, and then you can't even draw the thing that you want to draw. So you're having to draw like bare little pictures to make up the words or the phrase. But what about you? Are you well versed in the Pictionary
Nah,
genre
man.
of gaming?
You not seen my drawing before?
No, but
Bad, you
I'm
know.
thinking now yeah.
Like, I can't draw for, and I mean, I cannot draw like at all. So
Is that why you got into the music? Yeah,
listen. Even
is
even
drawing what your creative outlet?
nah, it was not at all, man. I wasn't that bad, but there was other people around me, 100% that could draw. Like even now, they can draw. Their artists, whereas like me, like I can just about draw. Like if someone said to me now, "Can you draw?" I don't know what you can see in front of you. You wouldn't tell that it's what's in front of me. It's that bad.